Can you? Yes, okay. This is a short report about the WCCE activity during 2021. And as you can see, almost the totally of the events have been virtually by Zoom. And you can see here that in March 4, we had the World Engineering Day. In March also we had the United Nations Water meeting. After that, the UPADI 2021 meeting. It was presential and virtual also, but we didn't attend it. On June, we had the General Assembly also, and also in 22-23. And finally, in November 11, we had the CCPC meeting also. That's the Portuguese and Spanish language. We had also this meeting. Is the other, the next one, please. During the rest, during 2021, we had 3 executive committees. It seems that can be few, but they are enough because, in fact, due to the COVID situation and the pandemic situation, our activity has been strongly limited. And now in 2022, we had in 18 January the first one that by Azar is the 100th executive committee. It's an interesting number, but we go on with our normal activity, of course, with the limitations due to the COVID situations. No travels, no presential meeting, no presence with our colleagues. These are I think most of you know these slides because they are usual. This is the contributions that the WCCE can give to the sustainable development goals from the United States, the United Nations, and these are the one where we are involved. They are appearing, and qualification, education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, climate action, and livelihood of the water. And the other 2, it's the peace and justice and the partnerships to achieve the goal. Of course, the standing committees at the moment, they are assured by Martin Manua, education and capacity building, Mauricio Porras as the coasts and oceans, Cristina Machado is guiding the Women Stand Committee, and finally Emile Colomb, it's with the construction. That's a very busy standing committee, because even Emile is always talking about the corruption problem, and in fact is very active, and he appears in a lot of events in the name of WCCE. Initiatives, I must thank to all these colleagues that have been involved in not only participating, but only as promoting initiatives. That's the case of Tito Fenech from America, Emile Colomb, and Alberto Gonzalez. And these are about the United States, the SDGs. And let's talk about civil engineer, also with the same actors, Tito, Emilio, and Alfonso. And finally, near the WFO, we have here some challenge that has been assured by Ignacio Gonzalez and Thomas Sancho in that concerning to the water and the engineering. Okay, let's proceed. Concerning to the fight against corruption.
Sorry, I don't know what is happened. Do you see? Okay.
I see initiatives. Okay, this one. Okay.
Sorry.
As I told you about this team against corruption, we have been with the interventions from Tito, from Emilio, from George, and from Alfonso. Okay. In the other end, in gender equality, Cristina Machado, Sara Perales, and Alejandra Fogel. That's our 3 women that has been involved in this kind of initiatives. As you remember the World Engineering Day, and the WCCE has been involved in the celebration in 2021. And I think that will be involved too in next March and the 2022 celebrations. We must thank to our colleagues Tito, Emilio, and Alfonso. I also was involved in these celebrations, but it is a very important because in fact has a great impact and has a lot of big audience. And I think that is a good bet for us to be present and to have interventions in this kind of the World Engineering Day. So please go ahead. This is the 2021. Let's talk about civil engineer. I don't know if one of you want to talk about this, because perhaps we have more information than Tito or Emilio or even Alfonso. But if there are no interventions, we had 18 events, and the impact was more than 1,000 hours and a lot of viewers. Okay, next one. Concerning to adaptation to climate change, water and engineer, as I told before, it's Ignacio Gonzalez Castellano and Tomás Sancho that have been involved in this issue. I kindly ask to Tomás to say a few words about this because it's important our participation, even informal. Please, Tomás, can you explain?
Thank you, President.
Thank you.
My pleasure to share some comments about this work. As you know, the World Federation of Engineering Organizations has an working group on water, and the goals of this working group has been nearly completed under the 3 years mandate. And in the next General Assembly, we present 2 reports. This one about adaptation to climate change, water and engineering, and also another one about the contribution of engineering to the SDG 6. This second report is under the coordination of Joaquim Posas, the Order of Engineers in Portugal, and he is now in consultancy under the several organizations of the World Federation. As I said before, these 2 reports will be presented in the General Assembly in Costa Rica in the previous meetings, virtual meetings, and under that, after that, in the General Assembly, it will be also submitted to the approbation of the General Assembly, the transformation of the Working Group on Water to a Standing Committee on Water and Permanent Committee. This initiative is favorably adopted by the Executive Council and the Executive Board, and very probably this will be approved in the General Assembly. Let me remember to you that this standing committee has the presidency of the Spanish Engineering Institute, but the secretariat of this working group on water is cited in the World Council of Civil Engineers, and the proposal of the Spanish Institute remains in these terms. Also, the vice presidency is in the Order of Engineers of Portugal. So, if this goes ahead, in the next 4 years, this Standing Committee on Water will have the participation of the World Council of Civil Engineers. We need that the Standing Committee on Water will be hosted by another organization, because the Spanish Civil Engineering College, the Colegio de Ingenieros de Caminos, Canales y Puertos, now is not member of the World Council, but the World Council remains in this important initiative of the World Federation of Engineering Organizations. Thank you, President.
Thank you, Thomas. It was a pleasure to meet you. Okay. Against the corruption, don't know if Tito or Emilio, do you want to talk about this, please?
Okay, thank you very much. I think that we continue very much involved in the fight against corruption, both through the Standing Committee on Construction and also participation with GIAC and other organizations like the Rule of Law that are united into this topic. It is a very difficult topic because people feel very uncomfortable with it, but we continue to move along. I think, and I want to highlight the efforts that CEPIC from Argentina has undertaken. They have an annual conference on the issue of corruption. And although targeted primarily to Argentina, they are using concepts and information from outside Argentina. This has been going on for many years now, and it is very effective. And we're trying to work with them to develop to promote the training program that GIAC has on the prevention of corruption, both for companies as well as individuals. Certainly, this is something that we will have to continue pushing along, and we will continue this fight, which is very difficult, and primarily in extending the rule of law to all countries. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emilio. Gender equality, I don't know if Christine or Sarah want to make a short intervention, please.
Give the floor to Alejandra, Carlos, if you want to.
Sí. Alejandra, do you want to make a short intervention about this issue, please? Okay. So if there is no intervention, we can go ahead. This is also a water issue, and I kindly give the word again to Thomas. I think that is here. I don't know. Thomas, do you want to say a few words?
Thank you again, President. Yes, we remain the contributions for this international publishings about water and engineering, and the JAWER is all quite consolidated, Ribagua is not consolidated until now because they have some finance problem, but this year remains publishing his numbers. Ribagua is from the Latin American countries, especially in Portuguese and Spanish languages. And Yauer is about the practitioners, mixed by practitioners and scientifics in water engineering issues. And fortunately, they are growing in their impact in both fields. Also in the field of, sorry, in the field of practitioners and
yeah.
Excuse me, this moment.
Don't worry.
In both practitioners and scientists, the impact is growing now, and I really we really need that they will be a new. Excuse me. Sorry. Tengo que recoger ahora justo. No.
Don't worry.
I'm
come on.
riding in a car and sorry because there are problems. We need that the Standing Committee on Water remains pushing and with these two publishing. And so I'm sure that in the General Assembly we must talk about this necessity to find a new host of this committee. Thank you so much, President.
Thank you very much, Mas. Okay. So this is our partnerships, the One Water, and other ongoing partnerships that we have our our partners. Outreach, this is the more or less our presence in the world. I think it's too short. We must enlarge it. It's a big challenge that we are facing since years, but we need to extend our presence. Okay. It's appearing okay. Thank you very much. For the moment, that's all. Thank you.